It's difficult to talk about cryptocurrencies without also mentioning the foundation that they're built on. That foundation, as most know, are blockchains. But there are a couple of issues that have plagued blockchains for years. Take transaction speed for example. When it comes to transaction speed, most blockchains are really slow. But there's one project out there that's causing quite a stir. They're out to provide a blockchain alternative that addresses some of these key issues. Today, we're talking about Hedera. Welcome to Crypto Sketch 101. We're the #1 go-to spot for all things crypto, and we're glad you've stopped by. If you love cryptos as much as we do, please give this video a like, and be sure to subscribe to our channel. In today's video, we're breaking down Hedera and the Hashgraph system. We'll cover what it is, how it works, and how it differentiates from traditional blockchains. We'll touch on some of its disadvantages, and close out by taking a look at its native token, HBAR. So let's get into it. So what exactly is Hedera's Hashgraph system? In a nutshell, it's a consensus mechanism that Hedera uses based around the concepts of gossip, gossip about gossip, and virtual voting. Don't worry, we'll get into the details of these concepts shortly. Hedera's uniqueness stems from its ability to achieve the same result as traditional blockchains such as Bitcoin, but in a faster and more energy-efficient manner. Hashgraph Consensus is a directed acyclic graph. Directed acyclic networks have vertices and edges, unlike blockchains, which are made up of blocks. As a result, crypto transactions are represented by vertices. After that, these transactions are layered on top of one another. Transactions are submitted to the directed acyclic graph via nodes, just like on a blockchain. As its name implies, a blockchain system can be best visualized as a group of blocks being added to a chain. On the other hand, directed acyclic graphs can be best visualized as a graph. Now that you have a little bit of an understanding of the Hashgraph consensus mechanism, let's gossip for a bit. Or rather, talk about Hashgraph's gossip protocol. When you think about what gossip is in the real world, it is the spreading of information from one person to another who may not be aware of it yet. The Hashgraph system works in the same manner. Imagine our friend Jill has a piece of information, she then shares this information with Jack. Once it is shared with Jack, Jill then goes and shares this piece of information with another person. Jack does the same, and everyone else that receives this information does the same. In this manner, the information will spread very quickly until everyone is aware of it. Using that analogy as it relates to the Hashgraph consensus mechanism, imagine the information is about a transaction. Gossip about gossip works in the same manner. It is the history of the communication or gossip itself. By communicating data in this manner, Hedera is able to achieve incredible speeds, faster transaction confirmations, and lower fees and energy consumption. Whereas Bitcoin can only handle approximately 3 to 5 transactions per second, Hedera can handle over 10,000. The average fee is only 0.0001 cent, and transaction confirmation with finality is only 3 to 5 seconds compared to Bitcoin, which may take between 10 to 60 minutes. It's insufficient to only ensure that each member is aware of all events. It's also important to agree on a linear order for the events, and thus the transactions recorded within them. This is where virtual voting comes in. Without a leader, most Byzantine fault tolerance protocols rely on members sending votes to one another. Some of these protocols demand that all votes be accompanied by receipts. They may also necessitate repeated rounds of voting, increasing the quantity of voting messages transmitted. In a network of any size, this pure voting strategy becomes bandwidth prohibitive and impracticable, but it has the attributes of being the most fair and secure method of obtaining consensus. The Hashgraph algorithm implements voting that is both quick and practical while maintaining the same fair and secure qualities. Votes do not need to be sent across the network in order for the Hashgraph algorithm to calculate the votes of each member. By looking at each of their copies of the Hashgraph and applying the virtual voting algorithm, members can calculate every other member's votes. As such, votes can be calculated locally. There are numerous advantages to using virtual voting. It not only saves bandwidth, but it also assures that members always vote according to the rules. While speed, cost, and reduced energy consumption are some of the great benefits that come with Hedera, it's not without a few disadvantages. Hedera Hashgraph, unlike many other cryptocurrencies, is not open source. Instead, the technology is trademarked, making it impossible for engineers to fork the protocol and build their own public versions, much like how Bitcoin was forked into Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin Cash into Bitcoin SV. The platform's creators, Swirlds, claim that the algorithm patent is designed to prevent the loss of network effects, which sees the hashgraph's value rise as the number of users grows. There's good news, however. As of January of 2022, the Hedera Governing Council has made a commitment to making Hedera open source under the Apache 2.0 license. Another area of concern is Hedera's governance model. The Hashgraph is governed by the Hedera Governing Council, which includes some big names such as Google, IBM, and Boeing. The council is in charge of the consensus nodes that determine transaction ordering. The council has a total of 39 members and is tasked with voting on changes, ensuring funds are allocated correctly, managing the software, and protecting the network's legal status in various jurisdictions. Governing council members are term limited and do not receive any profits from Hedera. However, because there are only a limited number of governors, some argue as to whether or not Hedera actually offers a truly decentralized solution. In response, Hedera has addressed decentralization concerns by separating governance from consensus. According to them, no single company, small group of developers, or node operators has undue influence or control over the network. For those of you wondering about Hedera's native token, HBAR is what you're looking for. HBARs are used to keep the network safe from malicious actors and power decentralized applications. When attaining consensus on Hedera's proof-of-stake public network, HBARs, which are staked or proxy staked to a network node, are used to weight votes on transactions. Weighted voting with HBARs makes it difficult and expensive for bad actors to negatively impact consensus, as they would need to buy and stake over 1/3 of the network's total supply of HBAR, which would not be possible for the first 5 years. HBARs are also used as network fuel. They are used by developers to pay for network services, such as transferring HBARs, maintaining fungible and non-fungible tokens, and data recording. HBARs are used to reimburse network nodes for bandwidth and storage for each transaction sent to the network. And that's all we have for today's video. We hope you got a good understanding of Hedera and its unique consensus mechanism, Hashgraph. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and be sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos. Thanks for joining us today, and we'll catch you in the next one.